Hi, this is my Module 7 discussion on Chapter 7. How and why do the authors differentiate between leadership and management? Regardless of what you believe personally, use and cite the text to support your response. Leadership and management are two words that are often interchanged, but they don't mean the same thing. It's like saying all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares. All leaders are managers, but not all managers make good leaders. The set of definitions that I like the best is on 193. Leadership is frequently defined in terms of vision, inspiration, and motivation, while management is usually defined in terms of operations. In essence, leadership is defined by the ability to create a vision for the organization that managers can then carry out on a day-to-day basis. I still am finding the two terms difficult to differentiate, but the text also states on 194. Overall, there are clear distinctions, although admittedly convoluted, between the two terms, leadership and management. Considering your career track and professional history, what are the most important leadership and followership approaches you should use, consider, develop as you prepare for future work? The text covers 5 different approaches to leadership. They are the trait approach that looks at traits successful leaders have and non-leaders or ineffectual leaders don't have. A few of the traits listed in Table 7.2 are adaptability, confidence, integrity, and intelligence. The next is the situational approach, where the leadership style can change depending on the situation. The functional approach believes it's not the traits the leader possesses, but their ability to look, act, and communicate like a leader. The relational approach looks at the different types of relationships that develop between leaders and followers. Finally, there is the transformational approach, which looks at interactions that a leader has with their followers with the goal of gaining favor. I think for the library science field, the situational approach would be most useful. This approach looks at several factors. Hershey and Blanchard's situational leadership theory, they propose 4 basic types of leadership that leaders can employ with various followers depending on the situational need of the followers, page 199. This would help not only with employees but patrons as well. Sometimes there are very unique situations that can come up in the library. Section 2 of Chapter 7 discusses followership, which is the act or condition under which an individual helps or supports a leader in the accomplishment of organizational goals. For followership, I would look into, I'm probably butchering this, Shaleph's styles of followership. Mainly, I like this one better because the terminology they went with, the terms individualist, partner, resource, and implementer have better connotation than disciple, doer, disengaged, and disgruntled from Adair's 4D model, or upwardly mobile, indifference, ambivalence, and from McCroskey's and Richmond's organizational orientations. Discuss the importance of mentorship and coaching in your desired career track. How have you experienced? How have you missed it? What can you apply from this information to make you a better organizational member as you move into or up in a career? I'm planning to stick with libraries, but the need for mentoring really varies depending on the position. In archives or technical services, having a mentor would be great. There are a lot of small details. Having a senior member share their knowledge would be extremely helpful. The goal of mentoring is to help someone advance through the various hurdles associated with the career. Coaching is about helping an individual engage in self-improvement in an effort to do his job better. 217. I don't think I've experienced mentoring really, but I have gotten coaching. In fact, I received some earlier today. When I was nervous about calling a patron, her husband died less than a week ago, and we didn't want to just show up at her house today to make her delivery. And I wasn't really sure how to approach the phone call. I would have appreciated some more coaching when I first started my current position. It's one of those jobs that it's difficult to translate to a job description, and my previous supervisor and I started in the department at the same time, basically a week apart, and it's a two-person department. So we were both brand new to the positions and really weren't quite sure what we were supposed to be doing since it was an unusual position. So neither of us really knew what to expect. This section did remind me that when I do eventually change positions again, that I want to leave detailed notes for whoever gets my position. I've done it before when I left a smaller branch. I wrote out detailed notes for the new employee, which she found helpful. So that's my Module 7 discussion. Thanks.